guys, he was joking. He was telling a joke. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just finished watching Chris Rock's new Netflix special, and I noticed that he was going viral already just today, like it's not been that long, that he made a joke about wanting to watch Will Smith get beaten up or whipped in a movie, or taking pleasure in Will Smith getting whipped in a movie, and I believe that that's kind of rubbed some people the wrong way. Just to quickly address the special, it was quite funny. You know, it's not his best, but it was quite funny. He kind of leaned towards the edge of every single joke when he started talking about things like abortion. It was talking about the Kardashians. It was talking about Meghan Markle. Like, he was really on the edge. I was waiting to see which part of his special will become an offensive thing to the media. I was even waiting until tomorrow. I was thinking I'll probably see a story about one of those jokes being offensive. The one I was counting on was actually the Meghan Markle's one. But be that as it may, the part that people seem to be running with is the part that he mentioned about Will Smith. Now, this doesn't make sense to me because I know a lot of people have been waiting for him to address it, and a lot of people agree that he's the victim here. Even though I love that he said in his special he doesn't like playing the victim. He said he's not going to go around playing the victim, saying he's the one who's been wrong. He's just going to move on with his life. I love that. But we can all agree he's the one that was wronged in this situation. For us to now wait all this time for him to speak out, and then when he speaks, we now turn on him, he's still the victim, right? He's still the one that has been done wrong. He's still the one who was struck physically in the grandest stage of them all. So how did we rationalize turning on him when he was telling a joke? And guys, he was joking. He was telling a joke, okay? He's a comedian. Comedians always bring their real life issues into their skits, right? I think there was a point where I think it was in the Will Smith portion of the joke, he said, oh, I messed up the joke, and then he told it again. So you can tell it's a rehearsed thing. It's a joke that he's written, that he's gonna tell. It's not like he's speaking emotionally at that point. I think one of my favorite jokes that he made is the joke about selective outrage. Because this is what's happening. People are selective with their outrage. On one hand, you agree that he was wrong and he was gonna eventually talk about it. But then when he does talk about it, you're outraged because of the way he spoke about it. Human nature, it's a funny thing. It doesn't make sense. And it's just one of those things, guys. You know, we just have to understand that people are different and people respond to things differently. For me personally, I really enjoyed the special. I think people, just like me, was waiting for him to get to the Will Smith part, like literally. So it was like everything he was saying, though it was funny, people were waiting. They were like, come on, get to it. And I felt like when he got to the Will Smith part, that's when the audience came to life. But prior to that, you can sense in the atmosphere that people were like, oh, talk about it. Oh, talk about it. And yeah, he mentioned a few things. He mentioned it. And one of the things I found interesting about it is that he admitted he wouldn't have ever raised his hand against Will Smith because he knows he would have lost that fight. He said he doesn't agree with black people fighting in front of white people. Well, I would say don't fight in front of anyone at all, unless you're getting paid for it in boxing. And then he also made another point where he said that many people had ridiculed Will Smith and his wife because of what they put out personally. They made things public, which we all know, and many people have called him names all over media, and he did nothing about that, but chose to slap him, a person that he knew would not retaliate. I thought that was interesting. But guys, what do you guys think of the Netflix special? What side are you on? Do you think he shouldn't have made that joke? I think one of the reasons why people were upset is because the movie he was referring to, where he said he was obviously joking. Guys, I actually don't think he's watched the movie, because if you got slapped by somebody, would you watch their movie? I don't think so. So I don't think he's watched the movie, but he was probably just saying it in a passing joke, like, I watched it just to see him get whooped because I couldn't whoop him, or who knows. Either way, I still think it was a joke. From the way things are now, I still think what I think in my previous video about this, which is that Will Smith really needs to call this guy, you know, on a personal level, none of this PR stuff. I think they've been friends from way back, and talk to him man to man and say, look, I messed up. Do you know what I mean? And I think he'll probably accept it. What do you guys think? What side are you on? Do you think because the joke was linked to the movie being a slavery movie, the joke itself was insensitive and he shouldn't have made it, and as a result he's now the one who is wrong in the situation, even though he hasn't struck Will Smith back? He hasn't said anything anything that anybody has not said so far? Or on the other side, do you think actually he has every right to say whatever he wants to say because he's the one that was slapped on the biggest stage of them all? Whatever your thoughts are, guys, let me know in the comments below. Please, if you enjoyed my thoughts on this matter, consider leaving a like on the video, subscribing to my channel, sharing the video, and leaving a comment. I'll see you guys on the next one.